Hey, Kel. Hey, Liam. Nice to see y'all. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, guys. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm a little tired. I worked so much last night, and I was actually called back in. So I was on call last night, and I left around because I clocked out like at 11. Was it 11:20? And then I walked in the parking lot for I worked in the parking lot for another 40 minutes, for another like 40 minutes, like 40, 45 minutes, because I actually walked after midnight here at the parking garage, here at work. And I end up getting over 20,000 steps because that was my goal. But I was like, okay, well, I'm on call. Like, I end up walking around. When I left work, went to went to the condo just for a second to grab something to drink, then end up driving around like Palm Beach Boulevard, parking there, and then walking around there for a little bit over an hour. So I got like, I don't have my watch on, and I got like over 1,000. I mean, not 1,000. I got like over 4,000 steps. But anyway, yeah. So I ended up just walking more, but then got home and then was called in like 2:30 in the morning, but it was a quick case. I was in and out, so which is a blessing. But yeah, I've been busy. Oh, I've been busy. I've been so busy. But now we're doing like I'm on a quick, I mean I'm on a break now. Giving my lunches and stuff on a break, and I wanted to go live and I wanted to talk about this because I gotta do like a StreamYard Liam again, and invite some people up. I know this is like a very it's a very hardcore topic, and it's something that people don't want to discuss because when you discuss it, it starts like people. It starts, I guess, in a way like conflicts. I'm not trying to start drama. I'm not trying to start conflicts. I want to voice my opinion and also free will, freedom of speech. We can say what we want to say. Even if you don't agree with what I say, I can still say those things. Vice versa. You can still say what you want to say, even if I don't believe in it. Okay, I don't have to. I shouldn't get so mad where I want to kill somebody. At the end of the day, all that's fucked up. Y'all know how I feel about it. But I do want to discuss like what some people are saying, because some people are saying, "Oh wow, you support someone who was a straight up racist," and I'm like, you guys are so, in my opinion, they're so far left on that, which for me, left is wrong. Okay, you're so wrong about that. At the end of the day, a lot of us have said some fucked up shit. I mean, let me know in the comments. I'm being so serious. Let me know. You guys are coming in. People are watching in the background. Let me know if you've never said some fucked up shit before. Let me just know. I'm being so serious when I say this. Please let me know if you've never said anything that is remotely, like messed up, or how some people say politically incorrect, or whatever the case may be. Because I'm gonna say this much. Y'all know, like, far as little people, you can't even say little people. Hell, you can't say dwarfs. But my dad to this day still say midget. I'm like, Dad, you can't say midget. But in today's world, let's just say even within America and our nation, that's not politically correct. That's not the right terminology. And nowadays, it's pretty much you would describe them as people, which is like it's like crazy. Because how would you describe me? You're just gonna say, "Oh, he's a person." How would you describe me? You're gonna say, "Okay, well, Terrence, the stocky guy, the black guy." You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you. Why would I be offended by that? But again, no two people are going to think the same way. So, but I'm not going to be offended by somebody saying that, because that's exactly what I am. I'm a stocky black guy. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, don't say obese, because your boy lost over 190 pounds. So I'm not obese. I'm overweight, but I'm not obese anymore. Okay, so that would be the wrong description of me. But at the end of the day, like, I feel like you should be able to say things and face value for what it is. But I don't know why people get so offended. Anyway, but I want to get on to like, um, a couple people asked me this in the comments, but then I did get an email about this. And also, I've already talked about this in a sense, but I don't know, like, folks be like, you always bring up race because race is always being brought up. I'm not trying to bring these things up. I'm just saying, hey, let people say what they want to say, let people debate, let people even argue, I guess even have certain conflicts, but don't go around trying to, kill anyone or harm anybody. Like, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone that at all. That's just, for me, that's absolutely evil. So hey Kale, how you doing? Hey Liam. Hey TNT Empire, how you doing? Say hey Terrence, how I'm doing so well here at work, working my butt off. Oh my gosh. I'm doing these 12-hour shifts. I'm doing an extra 12-hour shift this week. So that's going to be 48 hours. Then I'm coming in for another 12 hours Saturday. So how much is that? Oh my gosh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. That's 58. Yeah, that's 60. So I'll be doing 60 hours this week. Oh, but thank you, Jesus. That's going to be 20 hours overtime. God is good. So, I mean, I'm doing a lot, but I'm pacing myself. I'm trying. I feel I'm in these extra large scrubs, and today I got the ones that are not as new and they're a little snug, and I'm like, do I look fat? Do I look humongous? Everybody's like, Terrence, you look good. I'm like, it's the day where you start to feel like you don't look the way that you feel, because I feel so good, but I'm like, okay, I don't think that I look as good as I feel. But anyway, it's something in my mind. I have to change my mindset. I have to be positive towards myself and not get all hung up in that mindset of negativity. Everyone, be sure to like up the video. Thank you so much, TNT Empire. I feel like I get people in here obviously because of the things I've been talking about and stuff, whatever. And it's something that we all need to. Let me just say this: I feel that we all need to understand, that okay, this actually isn't right, and on so many levels and stuff. But also, it's not right. Okay, maybe some things that Charlie Kirk said, it's probably not right with some things that you said, in the past, or maybe even today, or whatever the case may be. But that doesn't mean that you take someone's life. And I think that's the issue. That's what's going on. See, what the person or what people are showing who believe in that and who are laughing at this man's the death of this man. What they're showing is, it's okay for when you get bullied in school, or when someone messes with you in school, it's okay to go ahead and shoot people, go ahead and hurt people, because somebody's talked about you, so go ahead and kill them. Like, that's what it's showing, in my opinion. And it's very, very devastating. It's very sad. It needs to stop. But this is what I want to get on. Someone wrote, well, Charlie Kirk did say that, he talked about Martin Luther King Jr. He said the civil rights movement was a joke. Pretty much, it was a mistake, in a sense. Like, not in a sense, like that's exactly what he said. So of course I've already done my research about this. I told you guys, I do not agree with everything that he has said. I promise you, I have said this over and over again. At the end of the day, we have all said something, in my opinion, that's bad, ignorant, maybe a little just probably downright just foolish or evil even. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's even if it is like in a joking, like kind of mindset, you don't joke about things like that and stuff. But also, I do my research, and I've done my research. I've been following this individual for a long, long time. Y'all know how I feel about, speaking on things I don't know about, and I knew about all of this already. It doesn't, at the end of the day, the fact of the matter, people are looking at this as, okay, he is talking so bad about, because riddle me this, he's talking so bad about Martin Luther King Jr., right? And may he continue to rest in peace. Oh, he's saying that he's a mistake. This is a joke. This is that. But he talked about Joe Biden as well. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, Joe Biden, I just never supported. I'm just keeping it real. Never supported him. I just thought, oh my gosh, the country's in trouble. But that's just my opinion. Why am I being shot down, for lack of better words to use? Why am I being talked about because I didn't support that? I didn't hate him. I just didn't support him. So that is what I'm trying to get at. I have no hate in my heart. I don't hate anybody. Even people who come in, I know folks are gonna come in, they're gonna talk about me continuously. They're gonna sit up here and make jokes, they're gonna troll, they're gonna say some horrible things about me and stuff, but I don't hate you. I keep saying I'm gonna pray for you because I'm gonna pray for you. It's the truth. Thank you so much, Flower Power, for that $9.99. I appreciate you so much. Love you, my Mr. Sunshine. Thank you so much, Flower Power. That means a lot to me. Wow. Whenever I get those, I just like I'm flabbergasted. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, you're doing good, bro. I definitely see the progress. Thank you, Kel. I appreciate that. Thank you for that encouragement, those encouraging and really, really kind words. Leon Peter says, wow, you are verified. Yeah, I've been verified. Leo, I've been verified. I've been verified for, I mean, has it been, I feel like it's been uh, probably close to 2 years now. um, Oh, are you talking about TNT Empire? TNT Empire definitely is verified. Verified channel. Um, Six figure channel. That's what I call a six figure channels. We're all over 100K. Also, my amazing family, Kicking It With the Rooks. They're also another verified channel, over 100K. We're doing amazing things, you guys, and I love to see my black and brown people just killing it here on YouTube. You know what I'm saying, or social media in itself. But again, somebody gonna say, there he go. He's talking about race. It's like, oh gosh, like please let it go. It's inevitable. Race is always gonna be the topic. You know, it's always gonna be something to talk about. It's always gonna be within the discussion. It's always gonna be something that's probably looked at from different perspectives and other different races as something good, bad, indifferent, whatever the case may be. All I'm saying is I know with what he has said, and him being Charlie Kirk, who I support. Okay, I want to make this very clear. I am a black man, and I did support Charlie Kirk. I will continue to speak highly about him. At the end of the day, we have all done something wrong, and we're probably going to continue to do things wrong. Now, I must say we should learn from our mistakes. But if you believe in something, stay true to it, no matter what people think about it. At the end of the day, this is your will. This is your life. You should not be living for anybody else but yourself. When I say that, I'm saying don't sit up here and try to impress people, or because I see it all day at work. I see it all day, like in the tennis community and stuff, whatever. When I'm playing tennis and stuff with some of the guys and stuff, whatever, and you got people who I know for a fact you Democrat, party, and then because you around people who are Republican, now you want to agree with what they saying. You don't agree with that. You like I'm not like I'm telling you. Even I was talking to a black woman here at work, and she was talking about Trump and this and this and that. I said, oh, okay, well, I said, well, your opinions are valid, and everybody has opinions and stuff. Well, don't you feel the same way? I said, absolutely not. I don't feel the same way. I said, hell no. I said, I'm a Trump supporter. I said, but even if I wasn't a Trump supporter, at the end of the day, I'm not, right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm not going to sit up here and throw stones and, and then how am I, no, I'm not going to throw stones when it's like, like I'm not perfect. I'm just gonna throw, and I'm gonna hide my hands. I'm gonna sit up here and pretend that I'm not a part of anything and stuff. Yeah, I've done wrong too. I've said some things and all that, whatever. At the end of the day, I take accountability for what I've said. That's the issue I have with people. People aren't. I feel like some people don't take accountability, and they're definitely not responsible. So what ends up happening is they feel like everything that they say is right. Everything that you say is not right. So I said this so many times. Like I don't think that everything that everybody can possibly say is correct, and I do think some stuff is just not okay. But I'm just saying, I'm speaking for the majority. For me, the majority of the things that Charlie Kirk did say were correct. Now, was it cutthroat? Was it to the point? And that's how I love it. Cutthroat and to the point. That's what people can't get away from, because it's like, wait, you're supporting somebody who said the civil rights, it was a mistake, and talked down about Martin Luther King Jr. Those were his beliefs. I think, okay, is it fucked up? Yeah, it's fucked up. It's not just like a little bit fucked up. It's fucked up. But at the same time, it's like I understand some of the things that he has said and the reasons from it. I really do. I get it, and I know I know when I express how I feel about things and stuff, you guys are going to be like, okay, this dude he's clearly cuckoo. Like, some people are going to think that, but I'm not cuckoo, you guys. This is not something that I'm just like, I'm trying to come up and stir the pot or whatever. This is how I feel. I don't know how to convey that, but I think at the end of the day, what I'm saying is, do you realize how? I mean, Paula Dean has said some fucked up stuff. I mean, like Kanye West has definitely said fucked up things. You know, like President Trump himself has said some really, really, really messed up things. Like there are a lot of people who say messed up things. I was working with a doctor in Portland, Maine, and the doctor is a very um, he's a very I feel like he's a very great surgeon, and but I'm not gonna lie, mean, rude, condescending. It is what it is. Some people are like that. So we were doing this. It was like a GYN case. I want to know. Okay, well, actually, it was a vaginal hysterectomy. That's exactly what it was. We were removing the uterus, the fallopian tubes. We did. We removed uterus, fallopian tubes, and ovaries. I always get sad about that because that my mom had a hysterectomy. She had an abdominal hysterectomy, and they kept her ovaries in. And a couple of years later, she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I'm not saying that's always the case, but it's just devastates me when I think about that. But anyway, this case, we're removing it vaginally, and so we remove it. Now at the end, what you do in some every doctor has their preference, right? So what you do in the end, you you can put like you can put like a period pad, you can put some fluffs down, you can some doctors like to actually like do some vaginal packing or whatever. And this particular surgeon liked it. He liked to do vaginal packing with some 4x4s or fluffs, and then you put these like these I call them party panties, but it's like an underwear. It's a unisex for men and women. Anyway, I was coming back. I was relieving for a lunch break, so I was coming in there. The person who I was giving lunch to, she ended up coming back, but I had stayed scrubbed in because we were gonna pretty much like pack and then break. And I did tell her, I was like, you don't have to break. So anyway, so before I had a chance to actually moisten and put like the certain cream on the vaginal packing, the doctor, he just grabbed it. He was like, oh wow, Terrence, it's dry. He was like, if you had a vagina, would you want me to stick this in your vagina? I said, whoa, okay, that's absolutely unnecessary and very, very disrespectful. I told him just like that, like intraoperatively, patient's legs are in stirrups and stuff, and everybody's in there, and people are like, whoa, like I mean, it was. My deal is I don't joke with you. I don't joke with nobody, especially when it comes to the OR because I don't know, like people wishy washy. So my deal is I ain't gonna joke with your ass because I don't know if you having a good day, bad day, if you levitated out the damn bed, if you woke up on the right side, left side. I don't give a rat's ass about this. So I don't joke with people. But this man literally said that, and I was like, whoa, that's very unnecessary and very, very disrespectful. And so in the midst of me saying that, like he turned red, and he goes, "I am so sorry." That was he literally said these words, "I am so sorry. That was fucking stupid on my part." I said, "Oh, you're forgiven." I was like, but I was like, that's don't need to do that. This don't need to do that. But my point is, look how he said something so ignorant, stupid, condescending, disrespectful in front of everybody, and it's also it's just like it's sexual. Like don't do that. Like why would anybody have to say that? And also that's no way to joke. But he did apologize. I accept his apology. I talk about this because in the end of the day, that's somebody who has degrees just like me, very intelligent. Obviously, he's a husband. He has a child. He has one child. He has a wife. And this man is very known in the community and stuff, whatever. Like I said, when I was in Portland, Maine, a lot of people know him. A great surgeon, but said some fucked up shit like that. Everybody has said some fucked up shit. Everybody has probably done some fucked up shit. I don't feel like you need to be, let me just say this. I mean, I guess ridiculed in a way. You're gonna be talked about, right? Because people talked about him. People talked about him like a few days after that case, and I left it alone. But they were like, "Did you hear what blah 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 said to Terrence?" And he's so nice and so sweet. And I'm like in my head, "Oh Lord, they only knew I'm not nice and sweet. I'm a good person." But at the end of the day, I I'm telling you guys that, but that conversation was out of the. It was gone. I didn't care about it anymore. People had brought it up to me, and I was just like, okay, yeah, that happened, whatever, whatever, and I just move on. I don't dwell. I don't hold grudges. I'm not gonna dwell in drama. I'm not gonna deal with craziness. The reason why I keep, bringing up the Charlie Kirk situation, because I'm not gonna have his voice silenced. That was messed up. What happened? And even though yes, he said some messed up things, you guys cannot change. You cannot change my point of view. You cannot change my perspective about the individual, and you can't change my mindset about ultimately what I'm talking about. Because ultimately, what I'm talking about is the fact that he should not have been assassinated. You guys, it was wrong. It was wrong. I mean, I don't like how. I'm gonna go into the comments. I know, like I speak and stuff, and I'm not reading the comments, but I want to know, like, how do you guys really feel about this, and how do you really feel about the situation? How do you? I mean, if I don't know, some of you guys are black and stuff. What do you feel about the situation? How he mentioned about the civil rights movement, and what do you think? Do you think, in a sense, like you can understand the fact? Okay, well, he did he did say some messed up things. I'm not trying to give him like a because he was murdered. I'm not trying to give him a pass. I'm just saying he has some valid points, and I can see what he's saying, but at the same time, it does make it. And I'm being 100. It makes it a little, not a little. It makes it a lot messed up because you're not black, So Charlie Kirk was not black and stuff, but Charlie Kirk has several black friends. That doesn't make okay. People can say I got black friends, well I got white friends, and they can still be a racist. Believe it or not, they can be, and they can still be ignorant. But at the end of the day, it's like okay, well he had his he had his thoughts, he had his ideas, and he definitely had his opinions, and he was very opinionated. But that when all that being said, you don't have to agree with everything that he is saying. You can disagree. People can disagree with me. I have friends who disagree with me, and I like that because you shouldn't agree with everything that I'm saying. Now, if I'm saying something right or if I'm bringing the facts, there you go. But you can still, people still gonna disagree even when facts are being brought into it. And the facts of the matter, what I'm getting at is the fact that no matter what he believed in, what he said, and even if he said a few fucked up things, but I'm just saying I'm looking at the majority. I'm like, okay, I agree with the majority of what he is saying, and people can accept the fact that okay, he did these debates. He was very civilized. He was very matter of fact. He stayed true to himself, and people just could not. It's like they couldn't break him, and I think that's ultimately okay. I can't break you. I can't get through to you. I can't change your point of view, change your mindset, right? So I'm going to take you out, and that's what I find to be very, very disturbing. Um, do you organ transplants? I assist on a lot of them. I've assisted on a lot of organ transplants. I'm not a surgeon. I'm a surgical first assist, and I'm a certified first assist in surgery. So I assist a lot of doctors, a lot of transplant surgeons to be exact. I did 2 kidneys last week, and then also I did 2 harvests. Harvests are organ procurements where, unfortunately, a patient does die, and we remove their organs. So yeah, I remove hearts. I remove the liver, the kidneys. Liver and kidneys is like definitely like something that is happening more and more and more. But also hearts, definitely, even skin. But I've done all of that. But I want to make people very clear. I've never ever said I was a surgeon. Never claimed to be a surgeon. Don't want to be a surgeon. I did when I was when I was younger, and I definitely could have went to medical school and stuff. But it's just a different ball game now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Money and everything, but it's important. Even a lot of them don't even make what people think they make. It's a lot of things that go into that. So, but I am so content with my career, my profession, my degrees, and everything. Right now, I told you guys I'm 9 credits away from a master's in health administration, and I'm not even gonna attempt to attain that because you'll be going into debt trying to obtain a degree, and when you get out, you're gonna barely probably make 80, $90,000 in a year, barely. And that depends on where you are because if I go back to Mississippi or say Tennessee or Alabama, I probably won't even be reaching 70,000. So it's just not worth it. When I'm in Florida, when I've been to California, when I've been in New York, and I've made over 200,000, with my profession. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I do love what I do. Kel Universe says, right, a subscriber said something to me about that the other day, and I'm like, I shared three different people. I shared three different people talking about this situation: a white person, you, and a black person. And the person told, I know you're gonna write more. Lewis said, if you say no, you're if. Oh, I don't know what that means. Kel said, I was promoting hate and racism. I'm like, oh, and the person said that I was promoting hate and racism. I'm like, how am I promoting hate and racism and people are just expressing their opinions? Color has nothing to do with this. Um, Kale, I agree. And here's the deal. Like, so I'm telling you, it people are making this about the color. And because I said, wait a second now, you're saying that he's racist and he talks so much shit about Martin Luther King Jr. And I always have to say rest in peace to Dr. King. I absolutely like just love Martin Luther King Jr. I love Malcolm X. I love Rosa Parks. I love the civil rights movement. But again, people are saying so much about the fact that he said things about that and about people. And I don't know, maybe some stuff is off the record. Also, I want to make this clear. Like I can't even find some of the videos, but reporters are saying, hey, I was there. Another reporter was like, I was there. And some of these reporters are white reporters. But also, you got to be honest. Think about it. Some people do report things because they know those stories are going to make them money. So they report certain things to blow up, and that's all of what it is. Sometimes it's not even about like the truth. It's about making money. And I'm about facts and not just about just making money. I want the truth to be out. But yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Kale. Healing Flow said, turn to Christ. I definitely have turned to Christ. Brookies said, turn to Christ. Jesus is Lord. Amen to the Jesus. He saves from eternal death. I believe that. Amen. God is great. God is good. Dax says, what are you working? I am working, but I'm on a break now. Jesus is, I'm on a break, and I have my Stanley Cup. Right now we're drinking, I'm drinking, I had ice water earlier. Now I have some ice, Gold Peak Zero Sugar Tea. And it's really good. Kel said, good, bro. I feel like it's your channel and people don't care to hear what you're talking about. Whatever the topic is, they can simply exit the room. That's how I feel. That's why you have a channel. Exactly. Absolutely. You know how many people like don't like the dancing, they don't like singing, they don't like this, they don't like encouraging, inspiring videos. They only want to see drama. Like I was looking at the slot channel last night. The guy was talking about, his cancer and stuff. They're saying, okay, yeah, that's all sad and all, but okay, get back to playing slots. And I was like, what the hell? Like, this is a problem. Like, people, I don't know, some people are just like, they don't care. They don't care. But then, like, again, that's as rude as that is and disrespectful as that is, they have every right to not give a fuck about people. Make that money, homie. Thank you so much, TNT Empire. Thank you so much. Dex says, Liam, did you have Dex? What is that? Like, what are you talking about? BBB. Hello, sir. What do you do in your free time when you're not robbing gas stations? I never robbed a gas station. I stole when I was 5 years old, 5 or 6. Why do I keep forgetting this? I stole a caramel apple sucker, and I felt so bad. This sucker at the time was like 10 or 15 cents. I'm not even lying. Maybe plus tax, it was 17 cents. I stole that sucker, and I remember going to my mom and telling her, my mom did spank me. She made me go back to the store. She went back to the store with me because the store was down the street from our house. And we went back to the store, and I had to tell the woman there, and she was like, "Baby, you ain't gotta take nothing." She was like, "If you want some suckers, you can get any sucker that you want or whatever." And I just thought to myself like, "Wow, she's super sweet and super kind." But no, I don't do that. I know you're probably just trolling, but I don't do that. Kel Universe said, everyone has a channel. I feel like if you don't like what a person is saying or talking about the channel, then you should just simply exit the room. That's why. Okay, gotcha. Thank you again, Kel. Thank you. Thank you. Kel says, what's up, everyone? You guys, Flower Power, again, sent that 999. Please give it a thumbs up. I had to give it a heart and a thumbs up. I appreciate you so much, Flower Power. TNT Empire said exactly, Kel. TNT Empire, y'all already know. Y'all already know with all the crazy stuff that we've gone through with people and stuff here on YouTube. Why are folks so strange, yo? Some people, though. Liam said, wow, lowering rates today. We are now poor and reignited inflation. Congrats, USA. I look TST phase. I ain't gonna lie to you. America is in a situation right now. America is in a situation right now. Seriously, look, do you see what's going on? Do you see all like? I mean, people saying, okay, it's media. Social media is making it worse than what it is. No, social media is just bringing it to the forefront. It's been bad, but it's definitely is getting worse. I mean, when you can't sit down and you can have a simple discussion about, say, race, politics, whatever the case may be, or abortion, whatever you believe in, what you don't believe in. But when you can't sit up here and just have a discussion amongst, say, I'm going to say, fellow Americans. I'm not going to say peers or coworkers and stuff, whatever, because I really don't like, I'm just not even going to use that terminology. I'm just going to say fellow Americans or fellow people that's in America, or whatever the case may be, because we do got some people who are not citizens, of our country and stuff. But I don't care about that. I'm going to be honest. I'm just simply saying it's sad for the fact that we have to get so upset to now we want to put hands on each other or kill each other, and that's just, to me, that's just devastating. Like, I don't want anybody to get so irate, so upset, become so irrational, and so triggered to the point where they want to harm me. I have never ever became that upset with anybody. Now, if you put your hands on me, and self-defense is one thing, but I'm just saying we're having a discussion, and then because you don't agree with what I'm talking about, or you think that I'm a sellout, now you want to sit up here and off me. Like, that to me is just, that's just catastrophic. Like, that doesn't make sense. My opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. That's how I look about anything a person talks about on their channel. And I feel if they don't like it, they can leave. It's very simple choice. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Dax says you right. But thank you for this. Thank you so much, City of God's Philly. Thank you so much for coming in. Kill University, I said it's a whole sad situation of what happened. At the same time, no matter what color you are, but having those kind of debates and topics, I'd be well secure, not in the open from past examples. Kale, so that's what I said. That's what I said, because I was talking, like I was talking to my dad about this. I said, I was talking to my sister. I said, you're talking about the Secret Service. We're talking about people within the government are laughing at the fact that this man was assassinated. How is that funny? None of that is funny. You think about, let's talk about President, Kennedy. Nobody laughed at the fact of, okay, that this man was killed. Like, nobody laughed about that. You didn't, I mean, of course, there wasn't like social media back then, but people, like, even to this day, they talk about it and stuff, and it's like, yes, it was some things going on. Everybody has their secrets, right? Their skeletons in their closets, as people say, but nobody laughed about this. Especially, I don't recall anybody laughing within, like, okay, the government. It's I don't care what side you're on, that's not okay. So that lets me know, I feel like, okay, yeah, some people knew about this and knew that was going to happen, and helped to allow this to happen. But yeah, I really wish. But you think about security, you think that you're secured because of the people, like, say, the campaign and what you're doing. You're secured because people around you, but the people around you, they can't be trusted. I'm being so serious right now, and I know people are probably going to get upset about that. I can't put fact on anything, but how does stuff like this happen? You know what I'm saying? Think about it. And then when people laugh about it and they're in those higher positions, it does make you kind of like think about some things a little bit more. Well, it makes me think a little bit more. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, that's not okay. Dude says, judge them by their context of their character, not the color of their skin. Goofy, okay. Subjective bullshit, but you never answer. But what are you talking about? I'm sorry, Meyer Meeks. What was her question? Kel said, that's how I see most political debates. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you're saying bad things, it should all be addressed the same. People shouldn't feel bad that he lost his life. People shouldn't feel bad that he lost his life because some black folks are stupid. Fuck you, hate me, biatch. Okay, well, I won't hate you, and you're right. Look, I'm gonna say it's some black people are stupid. Some white folks stupid. Some orange people stupid. Some green people stupid. I mean, it's all kind of stupid colors up in here. It's all kind of smart colors and stuff. I mean, that to me does not that will never define me. Is what I'm getting at. That will never define me. Liam Peter says, "My bad." No, it's okay, Liam. You're good. Russell said, "Glory of the Lord shine in the heavens. Look up and see glory." Thank you so much. God is good. I'm telling you, because He got me out of the bed. Yeah, I did it to myself because I was like, I walked around like in the parking garage and stuff late last night and got over 20,000 steps. Hey, it's Gamma's World. How you doing? Walked over 20,000 steps, and then I was like, okay, so I'm on call. I go to the condo just for a minute, get something to drink, and then I end up driving over by, like downtown area, Palm Beach, Boulevard, and then I end up walking around for a little bit, like over like another hour and something. I'm like, I'm doing too much. So today I said I purposely left my watch at home because I was like, I don't want that. That okay, I gotta get the steps. I gotta get the steps. But I do have the app on my phone, and already it's like, okay, I gotta get 2,000 more. I gotta get more. So I said, you're gonna just sit down and you're gonna relax every moment that you get, because when I tell you I was up for 10 hours for I'm sorry, I was up for 10 hours out of the 12 hours yesterday that I worked. My right-handed guy, I was. We were all given an extended lunch break yesterday, an hour as we have today. And then I ended up like, taking some breaks and all that stuff. And it ended up totaling like a little bit at 2 hours, but I literally was setting up for 10. Pretty much I was setting up even for longer than that, but it was just I kind of overdid it. I overdid, and I feel it right now. Jojo says, should you be wearing medical scrubs in a dirty place like that? Like you're putting all these contaminant on your scrubs that can get patients sick. Jojo, absolutely. I see your point and stuff, but what you don't see now, I mean, if I show this, it'd kind of be like, okay, it'd be like a OnlyFans channel. But I do go back in the locker room and I change my scrubs, I change my bouffant, so I have my bouffant on, I have my I cover my shoes, but even these shoes here are Pumas, and they stay in the locker room. So I have my own scrubs that come in. I change into their scrubs, and I have my own shoes that stay at work. But I change my scrubs probably 4 or 5 times a day. What you don't see, you're not going to see that, because I just can't. I mean, I have shown myself in the locker room, and and some people have seen the underwear and all that and stuff. But I'm not just gonna like. I'm not going to broadcast changing my scrubs every second, but I always change my scrubs, always. I do have a lab coat, but because I do walk in the garage, I do walk outside and stuff, whatever, I sweat, and I don't want my lab coat getting sweaty, but I just change my scrubs, and also, like I said, I cover myself. But I get your point. And also, I work in the operating room, so I don't do med surge. I'm not in the ICU. Obviously, I see patients, but by the time that they see me, I'm scrubbed, I'm gowned and gloved. I've done my gown and glove. I've already done my aseptic, my surgical scrub, hand scrub, and I'm going into the OR. But I get what you're saying though. And it's very, very, it makes very, very good sense. And I'm happy you pointed that out. But I change my scrubs every single time. And because actually right now, like, I mean, it's kind of like hot and stuff, and I'm gonna get a little sweaty. I'm not gonna wear these scrubs anyway. But even before I came on lunch break, I went into a craniotomy, and it was just so hot in the room. I was sweating, so I actually changed scrubs before I even came out here, because I can't stand sweaty scrubs. Jojo said the gay Republican that wears scrubs does a live stream in a dirty garage pics. Oh, okay, so that's what you're getting at. I was like, okay, so Jojo, you're a troll, so I guess you hate me. And by gay, if you mean happy, definitely. I don't even care if I did like men or whatever the case may be. It's not going to change the trajectory of my mindset. What you're doing is it's a deflection of you. You're probably gay, and that's fine. Who cares? All I'm saying is don't get upset because if I say something, because I'm a Republican, because that's really what it's getting at. Because this motherfucker he like Trump, he like Charlie Kirk, he's all this, he like Kenneth Owens, he's against the Democrats, he's against like whatever. At the end of the day, you hate me because of what I believe in, so you want to be derogatory. It will never ever affect me. It will never impact my life in a positive way or the negative way. I will not allow it to. It's all about having love for yourself and knowing that you're going to get on here, you're going to put yourself out there. I never cover the camera up and all that stuff. I show myself how I am and stuff, whatever, and I'm real. Because you hate the fact of what I believe, now you want to do the name calling, you want to do all the crazy stuff, but it does not. I don't hate you. I promise to God I don't. I'm gonna pray for you. If you had to come and have surgery right now and stuff, I will try my best with everything in my might and the team to save your life. I do not condone any of that nonsense. I don't. But you were correct about the scrub situation and stuff, whatever. It's actually not entirely in a crazy dirty environment, but I always change my scrubs. I don't do the break room. I don't sit around people and stuff and talk and all this nonsense. And all this nonsense. I do choose to go live sometime, but I don't go into the break room and sit down. And then also, I don't just sit down for like 5 hours, and not do nothing, which some people have done. Liam said, "Bro, thank you so much, Liam. I appreciate it. You make that possible. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. If you haven't already, double tap the screen, because you see what I'm saying. You see people coming in and they trying to destroy my mindset. They want to upset me, but I'm still being positive." Kelsey, at the end of the day, I just look at it like it's simple opinion. Everybody can be opinionated, and it's a difference versus facts and opinions. Absolutely. Man, apparently the crazy eyes are a future now. Unplugged med dude. Huh? Melissa Dies Down Home Diva said hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Godson said, "Aren't you gay?" JoJo said, "Bro is in the medical field tweaking." Kim Brown, I love your honesty. So many people care more about their image than their truth. Wow, Kim, thank you so much for saying that. Absolutely, because like I said, the people at the tennis court, some of the guys I play tennis with, Republican, Democrat, maybe indecisive, whatever. But some of those same people, and I've heard it. They talk to me, and I don't forget nothing. So they're talking to me. They're talking all down about the Democratic Party and stuff, and then the Republican people, they come in and stuff, and then they agree with them, and I'm like, okay, wait a second, you own the fence, you doing this wishy-washy. I ain't never doing that. I am my own man. I have my own. This is my will. I have my own opinions. Nobody's gonna force me to say. You can right now. Somebody say, if you shut up and you say that you couldn't stand Kirk, I'll cash app you or I'll send you 500. Keep your 500, okay? Keep your money. This is not. I'm not on here. First of all, I'm not on here to steal from anybody. Like I said, the only thing I stole in my life was that caramel apple sucker. I feel so bad. My mama was like, "Don't you ever do that?" And I've never. Let me say, I don't. I'm telling you, I don't. I was bullied in school because I would not. Like some people would try to cheat off my paper, and I tell the teacher, because I was called a teacher pet. I was bullied. I was talked about. I mean, I'm telling you, I went through the ringer with people. Like I was physically attacked too. Like I was being punched and scratched and all kind of things and stuff. Whatever. Like my mom ended up having to come to the school, and it's a long story. My mom has gotten into fights with other parents and teachers and all that stuff. And I thank God that all kind of ceased and went away and stuff. But yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm not me having been endured that. I'm not gonna put anybody else through that. You know how they say hurt people hurt people. Well, I'm a hurt person that heals people. Okay, literally, like I save lives for a living. Y'all can sit up here, you can hate me, you can think that I'm crazy, you can think that I'm dumb, you can think that I'm a sellout. I know for a fact what I do. I have a great heart, and it may look like I'm a pushover and stuff, but I don't care. I come to work, I try my best to be positive, and I go to hell home. I'm gonna continue to speak on things that I believe in, and I will say when I feel like it's wrong, and I will say when I feel like it's right. At the end of the day, you don't have to sit up here and even watch. But what I don't want you to do is you actually see me, and if you see me in person, please don't try to don't try to harm me, because I'm not going to harm you. Do not do that. That's what I'm getting at. Nobody should have ever tried to attempt to assassinate anybody or actually go through with it. Nobody. Like all these senseless murders, these senseless acts, like I'm telling you, it's a power trip. It kind of does. It really does come down to just hating people at the end of the day, because like I said, you got a lot of white people who's taking white people out. So it's like, wait a second, this is not, it's bigger than the race thing. It's just evil. It's evil versus good. That's how I look at it. Math is a horrible drug. So I thought math was a subject, and I'm really good at math. I think you mean meth. So Jojo, are you dumb? I'm just saying. I'm like, okay, I don't know, because on my keyboard, the E and the A, I don't know. Like they don't look alike. But I'm going to help you out. That's not what you. Yeah, exactly. So now you write meth. What an idiot. I'm sorry. I had to say it. Go back to work. I will be going back to work soon. So he's a surgeon assistant and he's live streaming a dirty ass garage. Don't you think something is wrong with that? Absolutely, you're ridiculous. Kim Brown said, if you don't like what he says, don't listen. It's just that simple. Thank you, Kim. Sonny Whitney, how you doing? For me, I agree. Let people. Star the Chronicles of Me. I love your name. You said for me, I agree, and I'm not just saying it because I saw the agree part. I love the name. The name is awesome. Wait a second. Those lips look familiar. I agree. Let people say what they want. The problem is when the words are used to divide and degrade. Shock value is one thing. Hardcore hatred is another. I do agree with that. I still feel like, and I this is maybe something that maybe you and I disagree with, but we're gonna have to agree to disagree. And maybe some of you guys don't feel this way, but I don't even care if you're speaking hate. If you're speaking hate, and a lot of people hate on hate. A lot of people hate on people, right? And like I'm being hated on now. When you're speaking hate, that still does not mean that I should blow your brains out. I mean, period, point, paragraph, like the end of the story. you know, it just means that I'm not gonna break bread with you. I ain't gonna eat your food any damn way. A lot of people can't even cook. I'm not going to hang out with you. I don't want to be around you. If I can avoid you, I will avoid you at all times. I do not like hateful people. I do not like toxic people. I do not like that. I don't understand that. God said Charlie hates you. Okay, if that's your opinion, okay. Where your script, you're just doing that this way people could see you what are you talking about? I'm a medical professional. I wear probably more scrubs than anything, even at home. Like, Jojo, thank you so much. Like, I hope you continue to come in. I hope you subscribe because, like, I'm not even kidding. You're giving me so many more watch hours that I don't even need. I'm like elated. I looked on the stream. Not the stream here. I looked in the studio. I was like, oh my gosh. I got over like 14,000 watch hours. I'm like, man, this is a blessing. This is a blessing. Hate is a strong word, Michael, and that's why I don't use it. If I talk about it, it's just because I'm bringing it up. But I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anything. I don't even hate cockroaches. Okay, I don't hate anything. If I can like not avoid killing something, I will not kill it. But if I have to, I will. But in a sense of like a bug or whatever stuff. But I don't hate nobody. I don't hate nobody or anything. I don't use that word. I don't. I really don't. Um, I'll go see Jesus. Okay, no problem. Kim Brown said people have a choice: decide to listen and agree, or don't listen and move around. No matter what someone says, we as people have a choice to listen and run with it, or ignore it and move on. I agree, Kim. I agree. Jojo said, "What's up, homie?" I think you just want attention and just like Slithery Highway. That's a really cool name though. Tell what's the truth. Jesus was not Jesus was not political. Matthew, sir, may I say the N word? I mean, if you want, it will not. It won't affect me in any kind of way. Um, God saying we don't. Oh, is that give a fuck? Okay, no problem. It's all right. A lot of people don't give a fuck. I mean, I don't give a fuck about some stuff. Primarily all the negativity that goes on at work and all the gossip and the drama and the craziness. I don't care about that. I mean, because no one wants to have an actual discussion. And when they bring up certain things about the policies, which you're not supposed to at work, people get so in their feelings and so emotional and so this. I can be compassionate. I can be in my feelings in a sense, but I'm not going to disrespect nobody. And I feel like people, and like I said, even like what this week even, I was called dumb because of what I said, like far as believing in the majority of what Charlie Kirk was saying. And it's like, okay, you're dumb. It's like, why do I have to be the dumb person? First of all, I got more degrees than your ass. But at the end of the day, let's just take out degrees and all that stuff out of the equation. Why do I have to be dumb because of what I believe in? Or who I support. Like, I'm not going to call y'all dumb because y'all don't support me, or some people support me. Like, I'm not gonna call you smart. Like, I'm not gonna call you dumb smart. It's just you. It is what it is. That's why I say what you eat don't make me shit. What I eat don't make you shit. And we're all like different. And when you really look at it from a different angle or a perspective, we're all different. We're all different. I understand like created equally and stuff, but we're different. We have different mindsets. No two people are going to agree with every single thing, but what you got to agree on is the fact that you should be able to say what you want to say, and it not be consequences of. There's going to be consequences, but it shouldn't be something where it's like the end of life. Yes, if you're texting and driving, I drove to Tampa. I can't tell you how many I saw police officers. I saw all kind of people driving, truck drivers, texting and driving. So potentially you could end your life or end somebody else's life because you're texting and driving. That makes sense. But you should not, it shouldn't be a thing where, man, my life is going to be ended because I'm speaking on what I believe in. How fucked up does that sound? So for you guys coming in and saying God's son, and you're saying we don't give a fuck, you should give a fuck about that. That's what you should give a fuck about. Hateful speech leads to hateful action. Doesn't make it right. Just how things are. Jalen Weaver, and that's what I want to change. I understand hate, 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 hate. But why can't it be like, okay, I hate you, I move on. Some of y'all hate me. I don't look, I'm not trying to sit up here and research and like, okay, let me screenshot. Let me see if I can get an IP address. Let me hire a private investigator. Let me find this JoJo or this person. Like, I don't care. You can be around the damn corner. I can give a rat's ass. Don't try to hurt me, and I'm not gonna try to hurt your ass. He is a king. Devil wants Christians out of politics. This dude looks like he ran away from the surgery table. I just love y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. Respect to this man. God sees your heart, bro. Seek Jesus above all else. Thank you so much. Tell what's truth. I appreciate that. It was pretty hateful trying to say black people had better lives under Jim Crow. Like, seriously. No idea for name. Have a great day. You have a great day too. Have an even better one. I appreciate y'all. Jalen, don't judge someone based off poor mistakes. In our poor takes, we're before the world. We will all be canceled. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. I agree. That's definitely something we got to agree with. Nobody's perfect. Jojo, I know for a fact nobody wears scrubs in the general public then walks into the OR. Everyone gets into fresh scrubs. Kim, absolutely. Absolutely. And at the end of the day, like, I can't, let me tell you, I don't know. Like, some of y'all, you're not in the medical field, you don't have an idea, you don't have a clue. And, it is what it is. I mean, some people just is always gonna think terrible about maybe dentistry or the surgical field or the mechanics or this. Like, everybody's not out to do something wrong, and there are great people in every walk of life, in every category within, say, it's great people in retail, there's great people like in the surgery department, there's great people at the grocery stores. Like, there's good people in the world still. There's good people in this live stream, and I appreciate y'all. Like, I'm not a bitter person. No one is ever gonna make me feel like the world is just so awful, right? And everybody in it is so horrible and horrid and just upset. At the end of the day, like, I'm praying for everyone. And I don't care how cliche that sounds, I'm doing just that. I'm gonna pray for everyone. I got just a few more minutes. Being black as America is inadvertently political. Inadvertently is what did you say? Just to do. Oh, I'm not a nurse. I'm a surgical first assist, and I'm a surgical technologist, and a certified surgical technologist, certified first assist, and a certified cerebral process technologist. And I'm also a physical therapist assistant, and I have a bachelor in health administration. I have a bachelor in kinesiology. I have an associate applying science of surgical technology, associates in physical therapist assistant, and I have a certificate in first assist. So I'm a geek. That's what I am. Do you think Kirk was actually Christian or something else? Do you think he preached Christian values? Yes, I do feel like he was an actual Christian. I do feel like he spoke Christian values. Did he say some things that were questionable or just plain out wrong? Absolutely. That's what I agree with. That's what I've said. I've said this countless times. I am a cursing Christian. Some people are gonna say, "Oh my gosh, you're leading people to damnation because you curse and you use God's name." I don't give a fuck. Now, okay, why y'all let's talk about some GA? Because I don't give a fuck what you're saying about that. Because if I don't care if I have to curse in a prayer, God accepts me for who I am. He knows me. That's all. I have to take everything up with God. At the end of the day, you can literally just do what you want to do. I'm going to do what I want to do. If you don't accept that, it's okay. I'm not trying to force you to like believe me or, walk the way that I walk or speak how I speak, but I am a Christian. And I really do feel like he was. Again, but who is perfect? What Christian is perfect though? Let me put this out here and I'll be ending this soon. Who is perfect? Who's perfect? You are incredible and thoughtful. God bless you. Thank you so much, Shannon Shay. I appreciate you. Power, then I must be. Oh, well, you said if Harvard graduate Michelle Obama lacks mental processing power, then I must be retarded. Dor, Dor, Dora, the horror. I can't pronounce your damn name, but I never said that she lacks mental processing. I never said Michelle Obama, who was she was the first lady. I never said she lacked. I never said that Obama lacked it. I didn't say that president when Biden was president. I didn't think that he lacked it. I just thought, oh my God, what he needs to go ahead and get on out. Like the man just couldn't do. He just couldn't. He definitely had trouble. And I think every president has trouble, but he definitely had a lot of trouble. It was like rambling. People say, "Okay, you ramble," but I'm coming with facts, and I'm not. I'm not trying to be the president of the United States of America, even though I was a president when I was in high school. But I don't want the job, And I'm just, in that sense, that's what I was looking at with Charlie Kirk. A lot of his videos, it's like he didn't want to run for presidency, and I'm like, and I can understand that. Like, I like my job. I like my life. I'm content. I know I'm gonna be. It's gonna be a never-ending situation. You're gonna be placed into that situation, and folks hate you before. They're gonna really hate you now, and that's just what it is. Um, Kirk was changing this. Change, Kirk was changing his stance on rapidly before it happened. Turned down a lot of money and a trip to. I don't know what that flag is. I just found your live stream and I like it. Kim, thank you. Kim, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Understand we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Jesus loves you all. Take up your cross and follow him. Hey, all movie fan 1973. Hey, be happy and don't tell these people all your biz. These people want to tear you down. Sonny, Sonny, let me tell you. I had a family member. So, like I said, I was bullied. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna end it. And I know I haven't read all the comments, and I apologize. I gotta you guys. So, I'm so busy and stuff. But tomorrow, like, I want to go live. Like, maybe I'm gonna go live probably around this time or a little bit later. And oh my gosh, because I mean, I have work later in the PM. I've taken some extra shifts. I'm really doing this to myself, but I got to make this money. But I want to go live and I be a StreamYard, and I want to invite some people up. But I just know that may be a problem. They may shut me down because I don't mind us cursing, but YouTube may shut us down because there may be people coming in there being very, very extremely rude and derogatory. But I really want to have a discussion, and I want to get y'all point of view, not just from because I can't read all the comments. I don't have moderators and all that stuff, whatever. And I'm not trying to say send me super chats and I can just read it, but those super chats do stay up and I can see your question and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to really get people understanding about what's going on in America and with the situation with with what I'm talking about now. I think it's important to do that, and I don't know. I feel like it's just something that's very necessary. But unfortunately, like I said, I don't see all the comments and they be rolling in, and I appreciate you guys. I don't care, troll, negative, positive, whatever. All of it it's important in a way because for me, it teaches me how to deal with things a lot better, which I feel like I've really gotten great with even before social media, but definitely since being on social media, I've gotten better with that. Nobody's gonna distract me, but what I was gonna say, Sonny, and I'll end it because I am gonna get back to work now. I was bullied in school a lot, and I was bullied big time. Like I'm talking about like physically attacked, and I used to restroom with myself. And I remember my dad's sister. May she continue to rest in peace, because I know she made it to heaven, and I know her mom and my mom and her and all the loved ones that have passed on. I know some people probably went to hell, but I really feel like she went to heaven. I know my mom went to heaven. I know they're just rejoicing, even though my mom beat her ass. But I know that I know they're rejoicing. And this story is just a testimony. It's like my dad's older sister, she did check me out of school, and she she was always like kind of mean and stuff, whatever. And then she literally wiped my ass in front of everybody. Like it was, she checked me out of school, but it was like kind of time when school was kind of getting out, and so there was like a school bus full of kids in the community and stuff in the neighborhood. There were adults. There were so many people around, and she wanted to like, I guess she wanted to like shun me, shame me, or whatever the case may be. And she did just that. And I remember my mom and dad pulling up, and my mom just mopped the floor with her ass. Now, I don't condone violence, but it is what it is. My mom was a mama bear. But my point is, that was family. That was my family who did that. And I could have let this, I could have let it destroy me and make me a bitter person. Um, and I was young. I mean, we're talking like, so I was 9 years of age. I think about that because I'm like, man, Kelsey's 9. Wow. So I was 9. I was in third grade, and this happened, and it's an embarrassment. But I had. I mean, I didn't know at the time, but it was like anxiety. It was like, people. Kids can be so mean. Kids were mean back then, but they super mean now, and that's why we didn't have no gun and all that type of stuff going on. But now you seeing all these shootings and the stabbings and the just horrible stuff. Even some of the teachers doing things and stuff, whatever. It's just vice versa. It's just a corrupt situation. That's why I say I'm praying big time. But with all that being said, I forgave her, and I don't let that I let that be it's a testimony, right? So yeah, I keep pushing. I don't let that. I want to show you right now. That's somebody else. She's walking in her scrubs. She will change her scrubs. That's an actual surgeon there. She will definitely change her scrubs. But it is what it is. Believe what you want to believe. At this point, I don't care. But my point in saying all of that is like, I can never forget. I'm not gonna lie, but I did forgive her, and like I said, I pray to God. I just know she's in heaven, and I know her and my mom are just like dancing and laughing. And every time I probably bring this up, they probably just laughing about it. And I know some people say, well, this is not a laughing matter, Terrence. But at the end of the day, we have to learn to forgive. We have to learn to love each other. And I'm not trying to say forget, but it's just what it is. I'm just not a hateful person. And I feel like if I let that consume me, I would be filled with hate, right? How can I live with hate in my heart? So you guys take that for whatever it is. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you all. Yeah, like I say, one day at a time. Believe in what you believe in. Fight for what you fight. Fight for what you believe in. Keep your head up. Try to stay positive. Don't kill nobody. All right. I love you. Bye bye.